Following the Legends game, the Hockey Hall of Fame rolled out the red carpet for Adam Oates and his fellow inductees. Get an exclusive pass to this event in part 2 of this Geico All Access. Welcome to Toronto, home of the Hockey Hall of Fame. We're here because new Caps head coach Adam Oates is being inducted to the 2012 class of the Hall of Fame.
We consider it the world's greatest and largest collections of memorabilia. We have everything from the first Stanley Cup ring to the first puck played in a Stanley Cup game in 1893. We have artifacts from today's inductees. In this great hall, we have the beautiful honored members wall. We have all of the NHL trophies, including the Stanley Cup. Most people are surprised how big the hall is, but what's neat with walking with the inductees, like Coach Oates, is that they walk and then they're also hockey fans, so they stop and they look and they read. They're also interested in it.
Our second inductee's plaque will read as follows: Adam Robert Oates. Through hard work and dedication, Adam Oates overcame...
There's only 255 players in the hall. So yeah, very special honor.
The Hockey Hall of Fame is pleased to recognize Adam Oates as an honored member.
Congratulations, Adam Oates.
Where were you when you got the call?
I got a weird one. Obviously, most people have heard, I just got told by George McPhee that I got a head coaching job. So I was in the process of calling everybody, telling them I got the head coaching job, and I get this phone number, it keeps beeping in, so I thought it was one of you guys, that you heard about it. And then George McPhee called me back and said, you might want to answer that phone number. And I answered it, and it was Bill, Jim, and Pat telling me I was in the Hall of Fame. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So obviously, you know, pretty emotional 15 minutes.
You know what, it's a really fantastic feeling.
I got to play this game for a long time. I'm a lucky man, and it's an opportunity to share it with some of the guys I played with and some of the people that helped me to get here.
Good to see you.
Just see a body of work that Adam Oates did and put him in the Hall of Fame. I think it's just wonderful, and I think it really says a lot about the Hall of Fame and who's inducted into it.
We're here on the red carpet for the 2012 Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We've seen Caps legend and Hockey Hall of Famer Dino Ciccarelli just walk by, a lot of Hockey Hall of Famers and some other legends, a lot of general managers, and we caught up with Caps general manager George McPhee.
He was a very underrated player. I didn't realize how good he was until I worked with him, and then you realize, boy, he's terrific offensively, but he's outstanding defensively, and that's what made him great. He was always mentally prepared to play. Certainly physically he'd come back in great shape, but every game, every practice he was on, he never made mental mistakes. As soon as the puck dropped, he was ready to go every night, and that's saying something, because over 19 years that requires a lot, but he was so focused all the time that I think that was his greatest attribute. He didn't make mental mistakes. I was hoping his name would come up, and I was wondering if it would ever happen, and I'm really pleased that it happened, because he deserves to be there.
That speech was probably the most stressful speech I've ever had in my life, because you're talking about something that you loved and such an emotional thing, and it involves your family and friends, and I'm not really an emotional guy, yet I know it was an emotional moment. So I was a little bit worried about how I was going to react under the lights, and you know, afterwards it was great when it was over, I'll tell you that.
In this week's Forces of Hockey, presented by Innova Blood Donor Services, grab a seat and loosen up. Professor Lou is getting serious about stretching for his lesson in flexibility.
Professor Lou here, and welcome to my laboratory. Our lesson for this week? Stretching and flexibility. The Capitals dazzle fans with their speed, size, and skill every game, where their bodies perform like well-oiled machines. But believe it or not, these guys don't just roll out of bed each morning and hit the ice. Take some fine-tuning before the puck even drops. I'm talking about warm-ups, of course. Even though the Caps are in peak physical condition, playing a grueling sport like hockey requires a good warm-up to prepare the body for the physical demands of a game and to prevent injuries. Warming up increases blood flow to muscles, improves muscle and joint movement, reduces injury, and this is one of my favorites. It even boosts mental preparedness. As a general rule, warm-up exercises should target as many large muscle groups as possible to make tissues softer and more flexible. Large muscle groups include areas like pectorals, abdominals, hamstrings, and quadriceps. These kinds of stretches improve joint flexibility, which allows our bodies to move more freely with less energy exertion. Now, that's efficient. There's no doubt that stretching is important for every Caps player, but it becomes absolutely vital for goalies. These masked men push flexibility to limits in order to cover every inch of the net. Some goalies can sprawl their joints to create an almost 180-degree angle, and stretching has a great deal to do with that amazing flexibility. But to fully understand flexibility, we must examine our muscle structure. Connective tissues in and around muscles demonstrate both viscous and elastic properties. A viscous tissue will deform and stay that way permanently, like this piece of Play-Doh, while elastic tissue returns to its original length when forces are removed, like this rubber band. Since muscle tissues demonstrate both characteristics, it's called viscoelasticity. This simply means the muscle stays stretched for a period of time before returning to its original length. Or in practical terms, the more we stretch, the longer these tissues stay loose. And for goalies, that means greater flexibility. Let's check in with Professor Brower at Kettler Capitals Iceplex to see how he integrates stretching into his daily routine.
Thanks, Professor Lou. Next time you're at a Caps game, you'll see all my teammates stretching at some point during warm-ups. They're trying to loosen up and get ready for the game so that they don't pull any muscles. Every routine is different though, so let's see how some of my teammates like to limber up before a game.
First, it's important to get a good warm-up. Not good to stretch cold muscles. Get the hips and the joints, hamstrings kind of warmed up.
A good stretching program helps increase range of motion, strength, muscular relaxation, and body awareness while decreasing muscular soreness. With a grueling NHL schedule, these are all things that me and my teammates need. Back to you, Professor Lou.
Any kind of stretching is ineffective when the body is cold. That's because soft tissues like muscles can extend more when warm. The same way you can mold steel when it's hot, you can mold the body when it's hot. Maybe these guys really are machines. Nah. That's it for Forces of Hockey this week. Remember, stretching is good for your body and your mind.
The Red Rockers bring energy, excitement, and spirit to every Caps home game. And hey, doesn't that deserve a little pampering? Check out the girls behind the scenes of their annual photo shoot in this next Geico All Access. The Red Rockers are at their official team photo shoot, and it's the most spirited one yet. Not only are they shooting inside the Caps locker room, but it's the first time the Red Rockers have modeled the new team store merchandise. This is the first year the Red Rockers are modeling some of the new merchandise for the team store. How did that idea come about, and what do you think about that?
It's an awesome opportunity for us. You know, everyone likes the team store merchandise, so why don't we get to rock it in our team shoot and show it off a little bit to everyone.
I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, I love to like represent the Caps. I mean, before I was a Red Rocker, I was a big Caps fan, so now it's just like I get to, you know, promote the Caps in like different ways, and I really like that about it.
We wanted to utilize the girls the best we can, and what better way to showcase some of the Caps merchandise than to have our Red Rockers do it.
So pretty, hold that, that's nice.
Right now we're in the makeup room. This is before the girls go on. They've already got their hair done. So what is some of the advice that the girls have given you to get ready for the photo shoot today?
They told me not to think too much about it, just be natural and work with the photographer. He gives us a lot of suggestions. So just listening to what he says, going with the flow, figuring out what outfits you're wearing, and base it off of what you're wearing.
Kyle, how's the shoot going so far?
Really well. The girls are all super prepared this year. I feel like they've all been practicing their posing
They all got plenty of sleep, drinking water, all the right things you need to do. This year, different than past years, we're in the Caps locker room, and that's fun because you get to show the fans and everybody a little something they don't usually see, and the girls are digging it because it's just a different environment.
I couldn't be any more thrilled that we are here in the locker room. I think this is the perfect setting for the Red Rockers. I think it's exciting, it's fun, it's such a luxury.
Erin, you're rocking out there. You guys were jamming to some music. You were really feeling it.
Oh yeah, the wind helps. That's like that quick burst of energy when you feel it, and Michael Jackson in the background. You can't not dance to that.
Well, and you had a really cute outfit. How did that feel to find out you're going to be wearing that and modeling it?
It was so great. It was comfortable, sweatshirt, had a little hood. It was something that I would totally wear every day, so it worked with me and my style, definitely.
Oh, this is perfect right here. I love this.
All of the individual shots are done here at the Verizon Center, but before we can call the shoot a complete wrap, we have one more group shot over at Kettler.
So this year we decided to really utilize Kettler. Last year we went downtown and we used the Capitol and that was great, but this year I was like, thought it would be cool to use Kettler and use those giant glass windows. So I'm gonna basically light the whole building and put the girls in front of it. 20 girls all at once. It's gonna be a big deal.